Guys, what's going on? Summer Del Piso back once again with yet another video. Today, of course, is a very beautiful day in New York, right? I'm in New York City. A little bit of a boat restaurant behind me, representative decadence of some sort, right? Indulgences of the physical reality that ultimately mean nothing, right? Doesn't mean anything actually in reference to this video. What we're going to do today is that we're going to continue talking about the Tripitaka, more specifically the book of discipline, more specifically a deeper analysis of the first chapter of the book of discipline, which is defeat, right? Before we had a little bit of analysis of the prior things of the chapter. Succinctly put, it is the Buddha being having a conversation with one of the Brahmin, one of the ascetics, and the ascetic is sort of acting like a New Testament Pharisee, basically denying everything that Buddha says or try to have him trip up on his words. But with those comments by the Brahmin, it's basically a catalyst for the Buddha to explain his beliefs, his faith, and what his plans are for the world, and how he became rather what he is. So let's like, comment, subscribe. We're going to talk about this immediately. Where are we? Boom. So right now we're going to just read a little bit of a passage that the Buddha spoke about in response to the Brahmin, right? When I think the Brahmin was trying to tell him that he wasn't who he was or something like that. You know, I don't understand why we have people that see the objective benefit in these rare, scarce, enlightened beings, but yet they try to disprove them at every turn. I just don't understand these. I really don't understand these people. In the age of Buddha, that was a thing. In the age of Jesus Christ, that was a thing. And even now, in this current time, there will be a thing. In fact, it's so bad now is that we have people that drink, have sex, smoke, and do drugs, yet go to church every Sunday and believe that they follow the ways of Jesus Christ or, God. The irony. Let's get right into it, guys. So this is the Buddha right now. He's saying this: Brahmin, it is like a hen with 8 or 10 or 12 eggs on which she has sat properly warned and properly hatched, is that chick which should win forth safely, having first of all pierced through the eggshell with the point of the claw on its foot. Metaphors. All these enlightened beings, they become so intelligent. This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. It's like, it doesn't matter how they've graded you in your schools. Maybe you did bad in elementary school, high school. Maybe you did well in those aforementioned 2 levels of scholastic learning, and then you went to college and then you did bad. And somehow you believe that you are low of intelligence. Remember, naturally, you see these guys, Buddha does it, Krishna did it, Jesus did it. They speak in parables. They become so powerful. They become so enlightened and so connected with all. They start to speak in parables because it's just this. That's the most effective and efficient way for individuals that are on that vibration to completely understand what it is that they're trying to say. Not just the physical sequence and a semblance of words, right? That's the meaning that's derived from that in a physical sense, a linguistic sense. Let's keep going on this little parable of the chick getting out of the egg with the point of the claw on its foot or with his beak to be called the eldest or the youngest, right? He said. And this is the Brahmin responding to that. He is to be called the eldest, good Gautama, for he is the eldest of these, naturally, because he has broken the eggshell before his brethren. So this is the Buddha's response to it. Even so, I, Brahmin, having pierced through the shell of ignorance for the sake of creatures going in ignorance, born of eggs, covered over and unique in the world, utterly enlightened with unsurpassed enlightenment. I myself, Brahmin, am the world's eldest and highest. So I guess, of course, we're talking about Buddhism here, but we're going to bring in some Old Testament examples, Ecclesiastes. Remember, Solomon, this guy messed up his life completely, but he brought in, of course, before he died, he talked about Proverbs, right? He wrote the Proverbs for us. Succinctly put, talks about whatever the creations are in this world that a man has wrought with his own hands, it is his, and he should be vain about those things. The intelligence, the enlightenment that Buddha has achieved in this physical reality based on his concurrent movement with the objective reality, he is so proud of that, but that he could say proudly, I have unsurpassed enlightenment. There is no other soul that lives in this time or has lived before me that has been as enlightened and as smart and as connected as I am. This is so powerful. Now let's get into his little parable about the eggshell. So he said basically he is one of the individuals, he's the eldest of this parable, you know, this proverbial group of children. He has broken out of the eggshell of ignorance. He was trapped within, right? As people usually are, surrounded by an eggshell, thickened with ignorance of the world, their subjective realities. This group of people, they act this way, so I don't want to talk to this group of people. Things are expensive. I can't surmount caste or class level. I am a person that, as of these genetics, I cannot do this sport. He has broken through all of that nonsense, right? And said, I am the most enlightened. I have reached the peak of enlightenment. It's almost what Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen, if you guys know that anime show, Gojo said when he's reached his enlightenment when he was fighting, I forgot his name, Toji, right? He said, all throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. It's like, it's one of the most primal statements that an individual, an ascetic, can make in this physical reality. You alone are the enlightened and honored one. That means that everything of the world you not only understand, but you have transcended over. This is what Buddha is essentially saying in this comment, talking about breaking through the eggshell of ignorance that surrounds us all in this world. The idea that we gotta have families, we have to hang out with a certain group of people in order to have sort of social success or personal success. We have to have children. We have to keep having sex. We have to drink. These mean nothing. These all mean nothing. Let's keep continuing. So what did Buddha's continuing? He's not stopping. Brahman, I had steadily put forth energy. Like I said, there's nothing that can be wrought in this world without the exercise of energy. You need to accumulate energy. We know on a factual basis that if you are not on semen retention, you have less vital energy, you have less mental energy. That means that when you are completely splurging, you are enjoying the things of the world. That means you will expend your energy. That means that you cannot do things that are necessary in this world to continue. Let's continue. He said, I had steadily put forth energy. Clear mindfulness has arisen automatically. My body was quieted and calm. My mind was composed and one-pointed. I, Brahman, aloof from the pleasures of the senses, all the sense pleasures, alcohol, women, smoking cigarettes to have that, what is the chemical, nicotine, to continue that perpetuation of addiction, tying to the physical reality. He has been aloof from all of that, right? Aloof from wrong states of mind, which is the states of mind of covetousness. I am jealous of these groups of individuals. I want what that is. I feel lust. I have to feel lust because I am a human being in this physical reality. And that's what the doctors told us, right? We're supposed to naturally exercise that expression of lust, which is all incorrect. All. Let's see what else he says. Having attained the first musing with its reflection and investigation that is born of solitude. You see what Buddha is saying? Even though Jesus was with disciples, he was already doing his work by himself. He reached enlightenment, right? He reached the peak of human understanding of the extent of the worlds that can be reached being in a physical vessel that vibrates at a certain level. He's reached the peak. And then he's gotten people to sort of get inspired by his words and his works, and then he continued his work. But he was alone first. Buddha was always alone. Of course, he had individuals that spoke to him, that tried to get his knowledge, but he was enlightened first. He went under the tree. He was tempted by the various forces of Mara. Mara is not some horned, devilish serpent, right? Mara is the manifestation of individuals that try to tempt you from your path of objective ascension, right? We should come drink today. It's Friday. Oh, let's smoke cigarettes. Oh, that girl likes you. You should go talk to her. These are all agents of Mara speaking through the individuals of the world who have not put up the filters which are reinforced and constructed through semen retention and celibacy to then make a completely independent decision, objective decision on how to advance. Buddha has attained that. All the ascended masters of the past have done that. All the incarnations of Krishna, all of Vishnu in his various incarnations as well, they have all understood this. Let's keep going. Zestful and easeful abided therein. By the mastery of reflection and investigation, having inner faith. Remember, inner faith is strong. There's faith in the things of the world. Faith that that a plane won't just come down and destroy this thing, right? That's faith. There's faith that I won't have people instantly turn on me physically and I just sort of get ripped to shreds, right? That's faith. Inner faith is despite all the proof that you may be wrong based on their idea of what's correct, you maintain your faith, you maintain your ground. That's inner faith. That's tough. That's only cultivated through this practice of semen retention. Where am I? The mind had become concentrated without reflection, without investigation, having attained the second musing that is born of contemplation, zestful and easeful, I abided therein. This is very interesting. I'm telling you, when you power up the mind, when you are born in this world, you are locked by genetic code. Whatever the preconceived notions that your parents may have in their minds, or their predispositions physically and intellectually, you are locked with that as well. But remember, you are an amalgam of your parents. But the more you become enlightened and you understand the things of the world, the more you exercise restraint, which is building a reservoir of energy that is completely neutral and objective and infused with God particles, you are naturally you gain sight. You will naturally increase physically. You will naturally increase spiritually, and you will change your genetic code. This is what happens on semen retention. This is naturally what happens. In the past, I had nothing. In the past, I was destitute. I was intelligent to some degree, but I always kept this curious nature, this nature to ascend of the things of the beyond. And as I kept that nature, I've discarded individuals that were not in line with my path, and I kept going. I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of relationships. It is fine. I lost a lot of jobs. This is only natural on this path. And now I stand here before you like this. I have understood the things of the beyond. I understood the things of the now. I walk between two worlds with a complete allegiance and salute to the things of the higher, and the complete absolute abhorring of the things of the lower. That's just the way I do it, honestly. And you will get the same way. You have to prioritize what you want. You have to prioritize intelligence. You have to prioritize spirituality. By fading out of the zest. Hey, yo, what do you mean the zest? I dwelt poised, mindful and attentive, and experienced welfare as to the body, attaining the third musing, which the noble ones describe in these terms: he who is poised and mindfully dwells happily. Right? In the midst of shadows, in the midst of darkness, in the midst of oppression, whatever the age will grant, right? Unfortunately, maybe there's a discrimination of some sort because you like football instead of baseball, or whatever the discrimination or prejudice may be in your age. You are happy within. You are still within. You have the pillars of identity, of spirituality, only created by the God particles derived from semen through your celibacy practices. I'm telling guys, I'm standing here before you as absolute proof. I have no skills. I am not elect. I have no genetic predispositions for anything in this world. I am nothing special. The same way, even though we have in the various texts that there were individuals that were special, there's no such thing as individuals that are only the ones that are special, deemed special, the ones that can reach enlightenment. That doesn't make sense. Enlightenment is available for everyone. You just must take the route. That's it. By the rejection of ease, that means the inclination of feeling comfortable. By the annihilation of the rejoicing and sorrowing I had before, having attained to that state which is neither pleasant nor painful, that utter purity of mindfulness which is poised, which is the fourth musing, I abided therein. So the thing is, listen, Buddha had his own thing, right? He was talking about the middle path. And I talked about this in my other videos. The middle path is interesting because you are not feeling pleasure, but you are no longer feeling pain. And Buddha, of course, does this in order to avoid pain. I say this as gentlemen on semen retention. I think we should listen to Buddha, nod at whatever that incarnation has to say about the middle path, and you continue feeling the absolute emotions of the pleasure and pain. Of course, naturally, you don't indulge in either side if there is some sort of detriment to your physical and spiritual growth. You have to experience these things because you are in the physical reality. You are in a vessel where all the antennas and receptors, due to all the physical systems in the body, respiratory system, especially the nervous system, the oppressive nervous system that controls all functions and forms a very, very tight leash in this physical plane. These things, they will allow you to feel all the pleasures and pain of this reality. But it is nothing, guys. It is completely nothing. You must triumph over these things. Feel the emotions thereof. Heartbreak, complete marginalization from your peers, complete isolation from the individuals that you thought were with you, that were ride or die. as the colloquial persists in this physical dimension, right? And you feel that pain and you don't allow yourself to be destroyed or eroded by it. Allow it to be polarized in your mind to help you break through the ceilings to get access to the higher planes so you can now understand the musings that this dude was talking about.